A great round of golf out here. The conditions made it almost like target practice. The guys could go right after the pin. But for him being so good at so many sports, it wasn't just something to do. It was really a means for survival. Those were those Heisman numbers. Now, here are his numbers so far this season. A little bit lower in rushing yards, a little bit higher in passing yards. Well, Kent, if you want to know what the course conditions were like today, simply just look at my hair. It is frazzled. It is all over the place. It looks nothing like the perfection that is your hair.
Whitney Harding caught up with a Gulf War amputee who hasn't let his disability slow him down. Hey, Whitney.
Hey, Chelsea. Well, you're completely right about how hard it is to walk this course. I've been huffing and puffing around this course all week long between hills and just the squishy ground. It is definitely challenging. But Hilbert Potter really wanted to get out here and participate and walk with the golfers all over the course. He's been out here every day because he wanted to show the wounded veterans that he works with that if you work hard, life can just be like any other challenge.
When I do start, I just start from this hole.
Persian Gulf War veteran Hilbert Potter is a man always on the move.
I do get out and play, but I can tell you that I am not that good with this game, but I love the game. No, none is over here.
After losing his leg while in action in 1991, he wasn't sure what his future would hold until he met a man that would change his life.
I had a very, very good physical therapist. He kind of led the way right from the beginning. Probably 4 days after I was hurt, he guided me a little bit and, and told me to just believe in myself and everything will work itself out. And I just followed that path. So
that path led Hilbert to helping soldiers through similar hardships. He got his degree as a physical therapist and now works with the Warrior Transition Battalion at Fort Knox, helping to inspire soldiers he can relate to.
There's a tremendous amount of gratification with doing that. I know where they are, I know where they have been, and I know where they're going. So to go back and really help them, encourage them to move forward with their lives, that is so much more to offer to them as they move, transition out of the military.
This week, Hilbert faced a new challenge, Valhalla. No, not playing, but walking the entire course every day with a different set of golfers.
The mobilized electronic device, committee wanted 20 of the soldiers from out at Fort Knox. Did a little bit of training prior to that to see if I could walk the course. It's a monster compared to where I have been training, but other than that, it really well today with the walk and tolerated everything.
Brent Snedeker was so impressed with Hilbert's story, he even tweeted, had a Persian Gulf War vet volunteer this week and walk all 18 marshaling for our group today with one leg. True hero.
That means a whole lot. That means a lot. I was just doing my job and he wanted to have a conversation and I thought it meant a lot, and listening to the gallery and everybody thanking me, I think that's great. It's great just to get a thanks to know that everyone is remembered.
And Chelsea, it was really great to see him out here walking the course. The fans really embraced and cheered as he went by. But fans had lots more to cheer for today as well, because a great round of golf out here. The conditions made it almost like target practice. The guys could go right after the pin. And I'll tell you what, right now a two-way tie for the lead, and then just numbers and numbers of guys just one stroke back. And we'll have a full leaderboard update coming up in sports, as well as we'll hear from some of our local guys, Kenny Perry and JB Holmes, about their rounds today. For now, reporting live at Valhalla, Whitney Harding, WHAS 11 News. Now, the Senior LPGA Championship continued today at the Pete Dye course in French Lick. Yesterday, Trish Johnson shot out to a 4-stroke lead, shooting 5 under par in round 1. Today, she started out rough, double bogey on the first hole. She would rebound to get back to 5 under where she started the day, but left a lot of shots out there. You couldn't see it. That ball just slipped out there. But the big story today, IU alum Michelle Redmond, the former Hoosier, standout shot 3 under on the day, finished very strong. This a birdie putt on 17, and she sinks it. Then her approach on the par 5 18. Check out this bounce she gets right here. Takes the shot, the bounce will land her right onto the green. That sets up an eagle chance, which she just misses. Does get the birdie to go, so she finishes the day in second place at 2 under par. Here is how things stand. Trish Johnson, Michelle Redmond, the only ladies in red numbers. Take a look at that, though. Really close as you go farther on down the leaderboard. That's it for sports. We'll be right back. Well, Kent, if you want to know what the course conditions were like today, simply just look at my hair. It is frazzled. It is all over the place. It looks nothing like the perfection that is your hair. But those kinds of challenges are what these ladies have been dealing with out here on the Pete Dye course. Many of them told me as they walked off 18, they've played this course before. Each time it presents a new challenge. But at the same time, no amount of wind could blow off those smiles as these women played in the first senior LPGA championship.
This course, even with no wind, is so challenging, and I'd never played it really before in the wind.
They had some tough pins out there. I thought, considering the windy conditions, they were tough to, they were scary. You know, you have some scary pins here where they tuck them that if you miss on either side, you could fall off.
Jean Bartholomew's round really exemplifies what was going on in this course today. She was at 2 under par, tied for the lead with just 2 holes left, and then finished at 1 over par.
I think experience helped a little bit here. I think the more experience you have on it, it helps you know where to miss it. You just got to accept you're going to make some numbers out here, but there are some birdie holes.
How exciting is it to finally have this championship on the Legends Tour?
This is a really big deal for women's golf, women's sports. It's been a long time coming. It would have been wonderful if it had happened when I was 50 instead of 62, but it is what it is, and I'm happy to be here. And, you know, it is a really big deal for women's golf.
Now, Versailles native Myra Blackwelder ended the day at 5 over par, but more importantly, she ended the day with a birdie on 18. From the Pete Dye course in French Lick, Indiana, Whitney Harding, WHAS 11 News. Well, 5 years ago this week, an EF4 tornado devastated the southern Indiana town of Henryville. A year later, while the town itself was still trying to rebuild, so was the basketball team, as they did not win a single game. Now, 5 years later, the team is making history and bringing a community back together. A basketball hitting the court in a high school gym is like a heartbeat. There's rhythm, consistency, a soulfulness. But on the afternoon of March 2nd, 2012, in the Henryville High School gym, there was no heartbeat. Only silence after an EF4 tornado shook the town.
It was kind of surreal seeing the destruction and then seeing the National Guard walking through your town. It was like to me, I felt it was like a war scene, seeing the troops and all the destruction. And it was kind of scary, you know, the magnitude.
Jared Hill grew up in Henryville just like his parents, his grandparents, and generations all the way back to the 1800s. Coming back to his hometown as a teacher and coach was something he always wanted to do, but he had no idea how crucial his influence would be. The year after the tornado hit, the Hornets basketball season really resembled the town's struggle. The team went 0-20.
It was really hard, not winning any games. I was the junior varsity coach still, and it was pretty hard to stomach. You know, the team basically was destroyed for 2 years.
It was tough on us. It was tough on the team as a community, and it was really just heartbreaking. But, you know, to see where we are now, it's that much more sweeter.
Fast forward 5 years and the town has really come a long way. The school is standing, the gym has all its walls, and now on Friday nights the stands are full. This season the Henryville Hornets have won 19 games, the most regular season wins in school history, and they've brought the heartbeat back to this town.
We have pride in what we've done in the community, so now we've taken pride on what we do on the basketball floor, and it's kind of just translated into winning basketball games.
And I think it all comes back to how hard do they work, and are you willing to sacrifice for your teammate? And I think that was the part that they learned from the tornado, the sacrifice for your teammate, and I think they bleed for that.
You know, people, you know, they're happy. They're really happy with our boys, and just the support, because, you know, we did have a time period it wasn't there, and it's great to have it back.